2 Days in May is the annual statewide event that brings together advocates from all backgrounds in victim assistance together for networking and training over 2 days. The Attorney General brings to 2 Days in May his wealth of experience. He is able to lead us with his words of wisdom and his experience through over the years to get to where we need to be in victim assistance.
We have hundreds of missing children who are on the Ohio Attorney General's webpage. We have thousands and thousands nationwide, and we need to be concerned about them. And what happened in Cleveland, while it is the worst of the worst, that we also know that we have children who are vulnerable and we have children who are missing, and we need to do everything we can do to find them.
Our theme this year was empowering Ohio's most vulnerable. And so we did a lot of work about keeping Ohioans safe. And there's been a lot of talk over the last year, especially since the beginning of the year with the Sandy Hook situation. And so we felt like it was important for us to address mental illness at 2 Days in May. So we had Ron Humberg of NAMI talk to us during lunch about, how to deal with people who have mental illness, who are at risk of becoming a victim and who are also at risk of victimizing. And so he came to us and told us pretty much it takes a village.
When a young person develops the symptoms of a mental illness, oftentimes families don't know what to do. Even the most sophisticated families, even families who are mental health practitioners, run into brick walls. And frankly, we don't do much as a society to make it easy for people to access mental health services.
I think it's so important to bring together the various elements of the system that can make or break services to individuals, to some of the most disenfranchised individuals in the state, whether they're people with mental illnesses or individuals who've experienced abuse and neglect, individuals who are caught up in the criminal justice system. The fact of the matter is that solutions require collaboration among all systems.
Doug DeLong joined us for this 22nd annual conference to discuss male victimization. He brought together the advocacy component as well as the case study for us, and really dove into his story so that we would know what it's like for a male survivor to survive such a horrendous crime.
I told him, I need to use your phone so I can call my parents, have them come get me, and he said, no, you don't need to call your parents. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, well, I know what happened. Like, I know what you did. And he's like, he comes out, he's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. Here, let me give you some money. And he handed me $100, and I'm like, I still want to call my parents. He handed me another $100 bill, so I'm like, I still want to call my parents. And this is how it worked after the case too. It was like, he would hand me money, I'm like, that's not enough. Well, next thing I know, he gives me like $500, and he's like, it'll never happen again. We got to keep this in between us. If anybody ever finds out about this, I'll lose everything. And you don't want me to lose everything, right? Because I'm your friend. And he had done so much for me, by this point, I almost felt obligated to allow him to do this.
Our main audience is victim advocates. However, we also have law enforcement, prosecutors, and people from various agencies that may come in contact with victims. And that's why the theme of this year's conference is so important. The theme, Empowering Ohio's Most Vulnerable, touches on the fact that it's not only people of everyday, that could be victims of crime. It could be, when you have a situation on top of that, such as a disability of older Ohioans, young children who are victims of bullying, it may require some special touches to work with them to make sure that we're treating them with dignity and compassion.
We all need to work together because we can't do it. We can't fix the issues. We can't solve the problems without working together, and it affects all of us.
Prime responsibility of government is to protect the people, protect families. Prime responsibility of the Attorney General's office is to work with you, to work with law enforcement, to work with prosecutors across the state to protect Ohio families.
As the conference planner, I feel like Tuesdays in May was a huge success this year, and I hope to continue our 22-year tradition for at least another 22 years.